Hey everybody, how's it going? Utorak here, and welcome to another episode of The Binding of Isaac. Unfortunately, this is pre-recorded. As you can see, I'm not, you can't fucking hear anything, or me clicking, so it's just me talking over the over the top of some footage that I recorded today. So let me just explain why. My mic, for some reason, malfunctioned during this, and half of the footage is, well, I say the first 5 minutes has got audio, but after that it's just a buzz, and I wasn't aware because my Audacity was on the other screen, so I couldn't tell and I couldn't check, and normally I don't check like halfway through because I've never ever had a problem. I may have to make that change for the future. From now on, have to double check during my recording to make sure that everything's good. So as you can see here, I just pick up one up, and for the sake of the episode, we're running with Isaac on D6, and at the beginning I re-rolled because I got a XL floor and I wasn't prepared to try and hope to find some keys so early on. Which, in my opinion, is probably the best thing to do if you get an XL floor, and you can hold R when you spawn in to re-roll the floor if you weren't aware, and it works on everything. So there we get Scapula, which is a really great item. Basically, it gives you a aura on half a heart, so it's a really good item for, say, Blue Boy if you wanted to run with Blue Boy. But right now, us, with what we're doing, it's good for us too. And so in this episode, because I don't have any of the original voice footage, I say footage, but the audio take, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be talking over the top of it. I'm going to be talking about what's going on the screen. I'm going to be talking about what's going on, I guess, not to do with the game at all. And I wanted to see if that was just going to give me anything for one heart. I wanted to do the whole switcheroo. But yeah, so who we got here? We got another little spider dude. And what I was hoping for to do in this situation was get an early damage build, because Isaac's great all around, however his damage is just the worst thing, and it's really apparent in those bosses, like when you've got a situation where, I don't know, you're against, say, let's think of someone, Gertie, or who else can I think of? What's the guy that pisses? You know the guy, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, okay, so the first boss is Widow, and Widow's an easy one. It's to be expected, especially if you've got spiders all around on the floor. But I do get Pink Widow, and I take an early hit straight away. And he's actually really weak. Despite how quick he moves, he does normally a 3 pounce attack before stopping to squirt out some spiders. There's the third, and there's the spiders. And there's the third, and there's the spiders. So you can always predict where he's going. And what you can do as well, if you want to use his jumps to your advantage, because he releases a pod of spitty out tears, like those red pulsating things. You want to walk around and try and get some hits on those so that it nullifies their attack, like I just did there. And then he will jump on them if you stand on them, which there you go, so you did there. But you can time it and get the placement right. It'll help you out as well as you can get some damage on him too. So it's sort of, it stops worrying about things that we don't need to, like, that are just irritations. And so with that drop, we get the pentagram, which pentagram is damage +2, and it's a chance plus of the devil rooms, which is really good, especially if you want to get some nice devil items such as Horror Babylon, Spirit of the Night, Mom's Knife. I'm trying to think of any other devil room items. Dead cat, lump of coal if we get Krampus. There's a bunch of other, the quarter. I don't know the specific. I think any item can come up in the damage room, the devil room, but I think it's just there are the popular few. I think Brimstone obviously is another one, but Lord of the Pit and the Mark, I think, and money equals power. I think it's any negative one. I don't know. Maybe if you know in the comments, like, what items come up more often, or only certain items will pop up for devil room? I'm not aware. I've never even thought of that. I'm pretty sure like it was only a select few, but there might be others, and if there are, then I have no idea. But yeah, so this damage, it just helps with simple rooms such as these flies. And what I'm aiming for here is I'm really aiming for either getting a decent amount of damage early on, because now, like, I was pretty psyched knowing that I got pentagram. Pentagrams are really good damage. It's one of my favorite damage items apart from Steven and Small Rock, because those guys are all +2 damage. I think the Mark as well is +2. Yeah, it is. There are some other ones that are damage buffs, but aren't really that great. I forget which ones they are, but I think Max's Head. Yeah, Max's Head, but it gives you the tier size, which is a knockback. So Max's Head gives you damage +1, but it's the tier size plus, which equals knockback, I think, which is good. So you get that extra push when you've got like a bunch of shit in the room that you don't want to have to deal with. But it also can be bad for you too, like if you're running around and there's 3 of those heads that are floating in the middle. Say if you go in a battle room and there's 3 heads floating in the middle and you're trying to go circles around them and hit them, you can, if you're not careful, you can push them into your path and hit them and lose health. So in the treasure room, we got X-ray vision, which is great because then I can see where the treasure rooms, secret rooms are every time. And I go into the first one and I get, what's it called? My Little Unicorn, which is invincibility and damage touch for as long as the song lasts, which is, I believe, is about 5 seconds. And then I head off into the super secret room. I don't really get anything there. So I move off and fight the boss. And this boss is the fucking, I don't even know what this guy's called. It said just before, but I can't be bothered to fucking figure it out right now. But because of my damage, I'm able to take him out very quickly, considering if this was Isaac, it would be a very frustrating fight. I would probably lose a bit of health because it's one of those bosses which I find is just really frustrating to deal with. Like say, here's another one. Oh, I take a hit there stupidly. I'm trying to think of another boss that just takes ages to fucking kill. Lord of Flies, sometimes. Is frustrating when you've got little to no damage. Okay, so he drops little Steven, or little Steve rather. He's a shooting buddy, or a familiar for us, and he is a homing shot buddy. I was hoping for Steven there for the damage +2, but it doesn't matter because essentially, when you get a shooting buddy, you are sort of, you're increasing your fire rate because you've got your fire rate going, and then you've got another guy's fire rate on top of that. So it, in a sense, if you can hit, if it like shoots out at the same time, you're sort of giving yourself a damage of maybe +5.5 or +1. So it doesn't, it's not a huge loss, you know. But yeah, so this floor is cleared. I went off because I got temperance. I forgot to say, I got temperance in the treasure room, which is the flight. It's basically just become a floating head, and I was able to go back into those other rooms and get myself the money and the keys that were lying around in areas I couldn't get to. And so this is going to be one of those spider floors, as you can see, because of the web. And we get the Ankh. So we get off with we already got 1 up, which is a life +1, and then we get Ankh 2, which is when you die, you respawn as Blue Boy. So I was pretty excited at this point because I had a 2 life situation where I could build up to, with the fact that I had Scapula, and I was building up some pretty good damage. It was pretty enjoyable to know that I had 2 guys to go back on, you know. So, and then we swap off the Yum Yum Heart for a Book of Shadows, which later on could have been useful, but it doesn't matter. And we swap both, and then so I roll those out, so we won't see those items again. And there's a Holy Heart there, but with 2, not going to take that yet because there is the rest of the floor to clear. Chances are if I'd taken it then I would have lost it. And I always fuck that up. I always like think like, okay, let's fucking hit those barrels of TNT, and then by the time I realize that they've already moved, I'm like, fuck, let's move. No, don't hit, and then I've already like wasted it. And they dropped the hermit for us, and we're able to put a bomb here on this little blue block and get a soul heart. There we go. Well, let's take care of these fuckers. The thing I noticed straight away with the rusted key is obviously it drops, you get the gold chest clear on, you get a gold chest key. Gold chest or key, fucking hell, on room clear. But I was getting shit ton of bombs this entire fucking run. every room would just give me like, every other room would give me double bombs. Okay, sorry about that, I had someone at the door. But yeah, so basically with this guy, it's really frustrating because every time you take off a hit of him, he will drop one of those flies. And those flies are really bad if you're in a sticky situation like that. Like, I could have hit one of them to get rid of all of them. But these guys pushed me to a low health. See, I nearly death. Death was a worry here. I was worried that I was gonna die, but I managed to pick up some health. Took out that last one. And he drops us, fuck, what's this guy called? He's one of my favorite items. I could have seen it on the screen, but I wasn't looking. Squeezy, and he's tears +1, plus the 2 soul hearts. And we take that extra holy heart, and I could have just dropped down, but I decided to make it a full heart, because I was gonna clear out these extra rooms here and potentially get some extra health, so I didn't have to worry about it later on. Unfortunately for us, we don't have any keys to this situation, but I'm gonna take the compass because the compass is obviously very good. It's not worth a swap, unless you want to risk it, but it's kind of stupid to do that. Guidance is just kind of a super important thing. And we're taking out these guys here. You know what this feels like, by the way? This feels like one of those old, super old COD commentaries where you got the commentator that's just like, and I go over here and I take out these guys with a 360. I've never ever heard anyone say that, but I'm just like, I'm thinking of old, ye old CNN's videos on World of War, where he would like literally say what he was doing when the birth of COD commentary had arisen. Because of Blame Truth and all those other people that started it. And we got a key, so that's good. I can open this chest, and I get a Joker. And this is the part where I was like, should I use it? Do I use it? No, I can't fucking... So we use the Hermit card, and it gives us the pill room. It gives us 2 shitty fucking... I hate it when you only get 2 items in a store. It's really frustrating, because it's like, god damn it, I want more variety for my choice. I either wasted a key... There's another 2 bombs, see? I either wasted a key, or I wasted a card. But whatever. Okay, so at this point I'm kind of torn up whether or not to use the Joker, and I used it. And this was kind of a dumb mistake here. I don't know what to do because I've got a full use of the D6, and I'm not sure whether to use it or not. And I decided no, I'm not gonna sacrifice the heart that I just got. But then I double thought, and I was just like, fuck it, let's go ahead and fucking do it. So I re-rolled for on this shovel, and it gave me Guppy's heart and Lucky Foot, and I ignored Guppy's heart and Lucky Foot, Guppy's hand and Lucky Foot, sorry, and I was like, should I use it? Should I take it? I don't know, and I made the wise choice of leaving it there because the D6 really saved me later on in some situations. I'm not gonna spoil for anything because there is some cool shit that happens on this fucking playthrough, this video rather, but yeah. Okay, so I apologize for the yawning, by the way. I'm pretty fucking tired. Alright, so we got another fucking treasure room here, but we've already used all our keys, so we're not able to get into it just yet. And I hate these guys so much. They're really frustrating. They're so unpredictable that you never know where they're gonna go, and you don't know if like it's worth like running for it, hitting them. And I made a mistake there. See, unpredictability. And we pick up that half heart, so I'm able to replenish that. Take out these guys, and hopefully we can come back to that guy and get some health upgrades later on. These guys are probably the most frustrating mob to have to deal with. They're not that bad. They don't do a lot of damage. It's just the fact that you lose 1 or 2 got cents, I think it is, when you get a hit. I can't remember if it is that. Silly troll face bomb came over and we were just like, nope, fuck you, dude. So I wanted to see if I can get some hearts here, and I nearly left the room without fucking doing it. So he gives me the troll bomb, so I have to move out of the way. We lose our soul heart there, but we saved those 3 arcade items. And here I forgot that I had transcendence, so I was like, fucking, let's break this TNT. These guys would have to be my second most annoying. in my opinion, most annoying mobs in the game. I think that what I did was, I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to use those 2 half hearts and like take a fucking double hit on the old the blood donation machine. But that blue block drops us some soul hearts, and I forgot, I only realized, like, look at that little fucking heart down there. I didn't realize that actually does damage when you fucking shoot it, so I wasn't paying attention to the health of the monster. Which I probably should have been, but it's no big deal. He pops another one here, I think. There's one. And I ignore him. I hit him there, and then this other one here just like runs away from me. I completely forget that I can hit him. And we lose one of the soul hearts that we picked up, but it's alright. And I'm still attacking this guy. I still haven't had a fucking clue that if I hit the fucking hearts, it does actually do damage. Because when I did it initially, when I was recording, I was like, I hit him, and I realized I wasn't paying attention to the health, so I didn't know. Didn't understand. So here, I see the heart, and I'm like, fuck it, let's kill this dude. I think I wisened up now. I was like, oh, okay, there you go. That works now. And so we get the meat, which is tears and HP up. Well, actually, it's not. It's damage and HP up. As you notice now, my tears are red. That means that I have the max damage, I think. I don't know how that works. I know it's not max damage. I know the damage can always be stacked. However, when it reaches red, I think that means that it's reached medium level damage. Oh yeah, because after that, the only thing that makes a difference really is the size of the tier. I'm not too sure. Alright, so these guys would be my 3rd most hated mob in the game, just because they're so frustrating to deal with. And I lost the soul heart there that we just got from the boss, because I really wasn't expecting such a hit so early on into this room. And as you can see, that lovely, lovely fucking random tears, $3 is... Oh, and look there, I get the guppy's fucking paw, and what I decided to do was to use the health that I got from meat to switch up and get 3 soul hearts. I thought it was a viable sacrifice. So yeah, as I was saying, the $3, the random tears, it's a very cool item, but in this case, I hate it because I hate these tears. This is the mirror effect, where basically it sends the tears back to you. And I pick up a key and I'm like, well, I've got 20 cents, let's go back and let's fucking go to the shop after we go to the secret room. But then I changed my mind and I went on to go in here, and this is where we get speed and range. And this is where the build starts to become a little bit interesting, because not only do I have Transcendence and I have Scapula, I've also got Squeezy, I've got X-ray vision, I've got some damage, I've got the health, and now I've got a bit of speed and range. So I'm starting to become a little bit more superior than the average fucking dude that you fight against. And I wasn't able to get a health upgrade here, but I forgot that in the boss room and the room over the boss room there was a couple of hearts, which it's not a big deal, but there's another one here that I started paying attention to. I don't know why. I should have just focused on the other one, but I think it blows up here. Yeah, it does, and it gives me this item, which is the blood bag is well, it's the IV bag, sorry, but I don't know why it's called an IV bag, because IV doesn't give you blood. I think maybe it's just the name for the actual bag. I don't even know what IV means. Injection. What does, I'm curious now. I want to see what IV means. What does IV mean? Medical terms. Intravenous. Intravenous. What the hell does intravenous mean? Intravenous into a vein. Intravenous. I see. Alright, so yeah, and I mess around here with these items, these dudes, and they're gonna give me some fucking good shit. And I think now I go to the boss. Yeah, no, sorry, not the boss. The shop. And I was gonna go with the double trinket, but I decided that the key and the soul heart was kind of more important in this situation. Later on, the only item I really want is Polaroid, but I could have got that later on. And at some point toward the end of the game, the end of the run, sorry, I get Curved Horn, which would have been nice because I would have got that extra 2+ damage on top of Polaroid. So it's a little thing, it's not a huge deal that I didn't pick it up, but it's cool that I got with, what is it, I got the key and the soul heart because at that time I needed it. So it's all relative to what your current standings are, and although you know that you have to plan ahead, you know that you have to get certain items to plan ahead, sometimes it's not as apparent as it should be at that current standing point when you've got, say, you're low on health, and you've got these two options here. If you're careful with the choices that you make, and the way you act in a room and try and get enemy kills, you can survive and take the item that's for later on, and hope to God that you're gonna get some extra health buff to replenish your health. Or you could plan for now and ignore later on, and then hope that you're gonna get good items later on too. So it's sort of a win-win situation, and you never really know what's going on. And in here you see I got a glitch. So there is currently no one shooting at me, but it is an enemy, and that just freaked me out a little. I was like, what the fuck is going on? At first I saw that the body was, instead of throwing out his head, he was throwing out another body. So I was like, what the fuck is... It really confused me. And I like this room. That was a satisfying room because I got a just really easy kill straight away, and that nice barrage, because I think in that room I got Odd Mushroom as my little status buff, and I didn't have to fight Greed, but I was willing to because I had a D6 up, so I could have got an item to reroll on, but I didn't. I got Wheel of Fortune, which is good in this situation because it popped out with the Mystic Wheel of Fortune. I don't know what it's fucking called, but yeah. And it pops the lovers too, so I use the lovers here because I don't need it, but it's good to have that health just out there. So I was hoping to maybe get another blood donation machine, because as you can see at the top right room there's also a health there, and I guess I wanted to get that extra health buff because I've sacrificed health twice now. The first time I sacrificed health was to switch for I used, it was the Devil Room, and I picked up the shovel to reroll, so we lost a heart there when I had 4, and then we got some Holy Hearts, which I in turn swapped for... What did I do? I forget, but you know what I did. Alright, and there's another room, and we get the super secret room, and it gives us a room full of hearts. So now I'm like, okay, blood donation machine, where are you? Please be on this floor. Because that's just like a god sign to just fucking, what is it? Use all those hearts that are right there for me. And even better still, I was hoping for, I don't know if I have it yet, but if I do get it, I'm pretty sure I do get one of those. But a temperance card, and a temperance is, I'm pretty sure a temperance card is... Blood donation machine, exactly. So I'm pretty sure that I'm fairly certain rather that I get a temperance card at this point, and I drop it off into the blood room. So let's go and find it. So that's the magic card. I got the High Priestess, which I'm going to use later on. Let's go up and clear this room, and then we get these guys. They're always fun and really easy to do. And the random tier effect is freeze, which is by far my favorite tier effect. It really helps you out when you need it, especially I would say like Isaac. That would just be like a massive buff. You either get slow or you get freeze. Those are really good items to have for an Isaac fight. I think there is temperance. No, that's justice. Let's pop it there, and well, we get another heart. See, and it's just like it's calling me. I just need that the blood donation machine at this point because there's so much fucking health everywhere. I'm sorry if I'm like saying like if I've already picked up temperance, I apologize. But I'm just saying what I would have thought anyway if I hadn't got temperance. So we use these holes over the floor here to our advantage so we can get up shit, and I think that's justice again. Yeah, it is. And see another heart. So and then there's another 1+1 free. You know, so it's like it kept happening. I kept getting so many bombs, And we reroll this and we get a fucking monstrous tooth, which is a good item to have, but we want to keep with the D6 for as long as we can until we get all the items we need, and then eventually switch to a item that is just gonna help fucking win the game. And so we're dodging, trying our best to dodge here. I don't want to get any wasted hits because I want to keep as much health as I got. And then we get a nice combo there using all those fuckers that can help. And there we go, there's the temperance. So then I was like, yes, finally temperance. I can fucking do justice with this. So I go off to pick up all this stuff. I wanted to see what this was again. That's the High Priestess. So we go down from this, head off to the super secret room. Well, or not. I guess we're not going to the super secret room yet, but we gotta finish the room, I think. What am I doing? Oh yeah, okay, so there's the turkey room that I go in, and we get Telly, and it takes us to Krampus. So this is where we get coal. So the speed and range buff earlier on that we got with Mini Mushroom, which is speed +1, range +1, and body size -2. That's gonna help add to that damage. I think Lump of Coal straight away does give you a certain amount of damage, but it's, however, okay. I'm not sure on Lump of Coal. I'm not sure if it increases your damage based on your range stat, or increases your damage based on, like, say, if I'm on one side of the room and another guy's on one side of the room and I have the range to hit him, then it's gonna, the tiers will increase in size and damage later on. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but whatever. We end up picking Lump of Coal, and I wanted that because that's a good item later on in case you pick up range anyway. Damage items are always good to have. But we took a lot of damage in that room. Krampus nearly killed me. Thank God I had Specular because I was able to just recover very quickly. And we got Temperance, so we're going to run off to the second super secret room and pop, or not, I'm going to, oh, that's what I want to do. Basically, I wanted to replenish my health because I knew there were 2 full healths here. I didn't want to be in a situation where, because I wasn't sure if you pop Temperance and you're in the super secret room with, say, 5, 6 other healths, I wasn't sure that if you left the room, like if I'd have used all these and then nothing had spawned, I wanted to make sure that if I left the room, it wasn't gonna reset the usage. I don't know if it does that. I'm guessing it doesn't, because I've been in situations before where I've done that and it's nothing. I've got, like, it's still carried on. But in this point, I'm like, okay, I want to be careful with how many I use. I don't want to kill myself too much. So. There, and then that gives me with 2 left, or 2 halves left, and it doesn't give me anything, unfortunately, so I just get a bunch of money, which is good in itself. That's 51 cents, so I leave a bomb here. Leave a bomb here. I guess I don't. We haven't even fought the boss, so I was, yeah, that's it. I said, well, the boss is gonna give me some money, some hearts, so I may as well just fight the boss and see what happens. And we get this guy, who is the most annoying, in my opinion. He's really easy, but he's just, his patterns are so frustrating. He's not a hard hitter, that's for sure. If you miss his brimstone attack and miss his initial spread attack of tears, then it's fine. But I tell you what's annoying is the second time he jumps with those guys, because you're trying to get the hits, but those flies just like shoot out right at you, and it's really annoying. And brimstone's easy to avoid. I remember when I found that really difficult to avoid, because I was like, when's he gonna do it? Oh god, and I'd panic. I would like. That's the thing with this game. Once you progress, you realize how different it is. And here, so we get shot speed. The cat of nine tails is just tier shot speed +2. And I was like, do I reroll or not? Do I take it? It's a positive item, so I wasn't sure whether to reroll or not. And I proved here that I had a decent amount. But we get coat hanger, and coat hanger is I think it's 1 less. It's tiers +2, so it didn't even matter at that time. Okay, sorry about that. I keep hearing these fucking noises and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I forgot that my window is open and there's like, for some reason there's like, I don't know, a festival or something on really close to my house. And I can hear noises and it's just like all it was my cupboard door was bouncing on my window because my window was open. So, anyway, we blew up the blood donation machine. I picked up an extra thing. What is it? An extra, key, I guess, and I'm able to come in here and I pick up Book of Revelations, and I was like, you know what? It's time to switch. but I changed my mind because I saw that there's battle room there, there's 3 rooms there, so I can basically kill all the shit in here, re-roll on the Book of Revelations. So I took that risk, which I can't remember now if it worked out for me, but we'll see. So there's the first room clear. Here's the second. I'm hoping that the battle room is actually gonna let me in, because sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why it does that, but like I guess it's like a random thing and whatever. But so I saw here, oh, this room is free, and I had no idea that these extra rooms are even here. So we take out these brains. Flat penny drops, and I ignore to see what's in battle room. I don't know if I come back to it. And we're gonna re-roll to see what we get, and I believe we get something that's not good. And no, we get the treasure. So I have the compass and the treasure map, which is basically, that's like, those are 2 perfect items. I would always take those. It's stupid not to, unless I was in a situation where I need it. And then we get the skeleton key right there, so we get 99 keys, and a problem ain't one, or whatever the fuck that fucking stupid ass phrase is from the stupid, whatever that rapper is or singer, I don't give a shit, the music's gay. And I take out that spider. I think it was a spider, I can't tell, it was probably one of those dudes. So we take out this shit really quickly. Luckily with these 4 guys, Isaac didn't spawn, or Isaac's face. But I'm dumb. These guys always get me. If my speed is too high, I always fuck up because I always do like panic, like jolts, like move from left to right. We come in here and I realize that's Flat Penny because I thought there was a card in there, but it wasn't. And so I decided to keep the D6. I didn't want to switch to the Book of Revelations, which wasn't a bad decision. Really wasn't a bad decision at all. A bad decision? A bad decision? It wasn't a bad decision. It wasn't really a good decision too, but we go in here and we're able to get the crystal ball, and it gives us a soul heart. I think it was a soul heart, I wasn't really looking. And it's just double checking up here, and there is our High Priestess card, which is gonna help us later on. I was like, cool, I'm gonna like glitch out Mom fight and use the High Priestess. And hopefully get some cool shit. But we drop down to the mom fight floor, and this is an interesting way of what we do. We go straight down, and there's a secret room right here, and I think this is where the build becomes interesting. Let's see. That's due to speed right there. Those mistakes were due to speed. Alright, there's a hermit there, and I think I use it. Yeah, I use it, and we get the heart. I decide to buy the Notch's axe because may as well. It's a mounted item, so if I clear a room, then I can come in there and just clear it. Re-roll with the D6. The D6 is by far my favorite space. I decided to put a sneaky little bomb in there, get those 3 sorted out with the triple kill, and we're able to re-roll. So let's do it. And the ladder, I don't know why, that was a mistake to buy, to pick it up. What I could have done was kept that there, had an extra pedestal, but there we go. This is where the build becomes interesting. I pick up Mom's knife, and you know, as soon as you've got like a half-decent build, and you get Mom's knife, your half-decent build becomes a fucking awesome build. And I was super psyched. I was at this point, I was like, fuck it, I'm done, we've won, come on guys, let's just give me my trophy. But let's not get too cocky, because we don't know what's gonna happen just yet. But look at that, insta-kill, boom, 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 boom. I fucking love Mom's knife so much. Everyone does. It's OP as fuck, but it's brilliant, and I don't care if it's OP as fuck because it's fun to use, and it's really good practice. I remember there was a point where initially when I got Mom's knife, I was like, fuck, this item sucks, it's horrible. And someone, I remember, comment saying, if you don't like chocolate milk or brimstone or any charged shot, you won't like Mom's knife. But anyway, so we get the health up. Helch. We get the health up there, which has replaced the 2 times that we've lost health. I take a hit there because I'm stupid. And that's good though. We got Monstro. I don't know what those guys are actually. I forget. They're not Monstro. They're something else. I'm gonna have a look whilst we just talk about this. The bosses, the Binding of Isaac bosses, some of them they're just they're fucking annoying, and then most of them are easy to manage. But so Gemini and Steven, those are the guys that are really annoying early on. Larry Jr. is fine. Duke of Flies is easy. Monstro is easy. Famine's easy. Widow's easy, Pin is easy, Duke of Flies again is easy. Blighted Ovum, that is Gemini or Steven, but it's the one that the main guy drops, he like pisses blood everywhere, and his little familiar dude fires brimstone. He's a bitch. Gertie Jr. is frustrating. I panicked in here. I had some difficulty dealing with this situation because I had flies and I had to get rid of the poop. But I was building up my charge, so little Steven was like shooting at the poop without me realizing. I wasn't sure like why are these fuckers like why is the nutty porn the corny poop? Why the hell did it say nutty porn? Nutty poop is I think what I say. I don't know, whatever. I was having confusion as to why those were being popped, but it was little Steven firing his homie shots. So we get a holy heart there, which I'm gonna use later on. We're not gonna take it now because it's way too dangerous to take it now. I don't want to risk losing that extra health. Mom's knife is proving very useful for us, and as you can see, it's taking out these guys very easily. But back onto the bosses that we have. The caves fight, Fistula, he's fucking easy. Gertie's easy. Peep is the most frustrating boss out of the. He's not hard. He's not difficult. He's fucking annoying. If you don't have damage against Peep, he is difficult. But his stupid fucking attacks, like his piss shots, and plop that comes out, it's fucking annoying. Pestilence, he's okay as long as he doesn't spam you and cause flash lag. And Chad's good. He's an okay boss, but if towards the end, if you're not ready for him to be going really quick, then he could cause you some problems. If you don't have any bombs, that is. When you reach the catacombs, you've got a few more different, few more bosses to fight that you haven't fought already. Namely the Carrion Queen, which is one of the ones that we fought earlier on the previous floor. He's the one that's got like, he's a worm, but he's made of skeleton, and his ass is fleshy, so that's the only real good place to hit. The Husk is an easy fucking fight, especially if you had like Mom's knife, you'd hit him in one. And we get PhD here, which replenishes our health, and we get instant better pills for the rest of the match run. And I'm like, fuck it, I got a lot of health here, let's just see what happens. And we got our health up, the blood bag, which is what I was hoping for this entire run so far, and that's a really good item for us. We get that extra health up, I've got an extra life, and I've got the Ankh, and that was just like a point where I was like, you know what, this is pretty much game set match here. As soon as I get Polaroid, and I get, if I die, I've got an extra heart. If I die again, I got Blue Boy with Polaroid. I'm kind of set with Mom's knife, you know. It was like, just fucking teleport me to the fight already. I don't need to do all this shit anymore. I was getting impatient. But anyway, back to the catacombs. You got the Hollow. The Hollow is pretty much, he is Larry Jr., but he goes diagonally instead of horizontally. And he can be a bit of a bitch, and he's the one, we've already fought him at this point because he was the one that has the segments which explode. But they're always really satisfying to kill. I always enjoy killing the big worms as bosses, because it's when you get like a massive attack, or like you've got a bunch of different, I like how I froze in midair. When you got a massive attack or a bunch of different if you put a bomb in the middle as they cross section and you get the multiple kills and get the flash lag, you know, it's really rewarding. It's fun to do. But yeah, anyway, so the depths is our final floor before we hit Necropolis. And the bosses that you get were the ones that we already fought on the previous floor too. Is Monstro 2, and Monstro 2 is it's 3/4 skull and 1/4 flesh. And he's the one that fires off the flies and the beam. But we get into the bomb fight and we get Red Mom, which is kind of what I was hoping for. I was really hoping for Red Mom because I had that holy heart and I was like, please don't get hit, please don't get hit, please don't get hit. And then right here he shoots and I had no idea, I wasn't paying attention. So we lose that extra heart. But that's not an issue because we get heart there. So I replenish that full health, pick up the breakfast, and I get Polaroid. So we're able to move on to the next floor. So nothing much was really lost, but nothing was gained, you know. So from the depths, we could have had Loki, we could have had Monster 2, we could have had War and Gish, but we got Mom, but we didn't. We just went straight to Mom, obviously, because on the previous one we had Monster 2. And now we're on Acropolis 1, and this is potentially for bosses here. We get a Mask of Infamy, which is, I hate him. He is a mask and a big heart, and you have to kill the mask, and then the only kill the heart, sorry, and the only way you can kill the mask is by hitting him in the back of the head, where a bit of his brain is exposed. So in here, I just rerolled to see what I get, because I was like, okay, Book of Belial, and this, fuck, I could take them, you know, because we're at a point where I don't really need the D6. But I didn't take the Book of Belial because, well, I'm using Mom's knife. There's no point building up damage. I already have a shit ton of damage. And this is where Larry Jr.'s are coming in around, sorry, the Hollow rather. And those extra, the satisfaction of getting those kills. It's like a COD 4 when you get a headshot, that ping, bing. Like, and on top of that with the hit sound, it's so satisfying. But yeah, so we get those guys. I actually get them a couple more times, or just one more time, I think. Whilst clearing these rooms. Anyway, so more bosses that we get. There you go, see, I told you. You get Daddy Longlegs, and he's really easy. He's not like a super difficult boss. Triachnid, I haven't ever fought him, I don't think. And that, like, see, so if I had the extra trinkets, I could have picked up the curved horn. So I would have got that extra +2 damage, but there's no need for it at all because I got Mom's knife and I can take out guys like what's his face, Chubb, super quick. So it's not even an issue. What is it? We missed all the potential other guys, the Wretched, the Bloat, Loki, and then this is the Womb. So potential bosses here could be Daddy Longlegs. Skolex, he's really easy. Blastocyst, which is basically fetuses in assist type thing, I guess. And so I picked these up and I was like, let's re-roll because we missed the Book of Sin, and I used the space on the Book of Sin. I only got a cent, so I was like, okay, well, that's it. No more items from the library anymore. We are done with those, so I can clear these floors and potentially get a good re-roll on whatever the boss drops. So the Womb bosses have potential for getting Skolex, Blastocyst, the Bloat, Daddy Longlegs again, Triachnid again, which is Daddy Longlegs alternate, the Wrath of, but you only get him on the Wrath of the Lamb. Death, I think, is the final horseman, as well as Conquest. And then there's Mom's Heart, and It Lives, but we always get It Lives now because of Wrath of the Lamb, I think. I'm not sure actually why we don't get Mom's Heart anymore. Pretty sure that's the thing with that. But yeah. So as we move on, the only bosses that you fight after this, if you want, are Satan, Isaac, and Blue Boy. And I think for here I wanted to see if I can get some items with this, but I don't really get anything, and I gave up because there was no real need. I got quite a lot of good stuff. My health is stacked nicely. There's nothing in here but Polaroid, and we can quickly escape that because we've already got it. And it's rooms like these that I get frustrated with because these fuckers move so quick, and then when you charge a shot and then you miss it, it's fucking annoying. I forgot to mention earlier, there was a nice, like, continuous shot there. I think in this one I actually lose my soul arc, so I'm not paying attention. There, not paying attention, and I got hit. That happens a lot. But it's, when you watch it, when you watch what you do, it's like, okay, well, I'll remember not to do that in the future. So I tried to not use my stabby here. I wanted to just, like, swing at the spiders and just, like, jab gently. But I was getting carried away. And I was like, at this point, I was like, I could extend my health more, but I'm not going to now that I got these soul hearts. So I just skipped this blood donation machine. Skip that room on the right, because I didn't want to waste the soul hearts. These guys are fucking easy. Get a nice double there, and we fight. Oh, who's this? This is Death. And I used High Priestess card on him straight away to get the insta kill. And at this point, I was like, I'm not gonna re-roll. I want this extra defensive item because later on it will prove really useful. I was gonna swap for Horror Babylon here, just as a safety mechanism, just for when if I had to get to It Lives. It Lives, what I'm saying. If I lost both my lives and I was on Blue Baby, I would have had Horror Babylon with Polaroid, which would have been pretty cool, but I decided not to because I didn't think I was gonna die. So let's see what happens with that. And we got some organization here. I freaked out. I was like, double organization! I remember that. I'm looking forward. Some guy messaged me. I must reply to him. A guy messaged me, sent me a PM on YouTube, and he did. Here was the idea that I had in my head for when I wanted the idea of the organization t-shirt, because it's something I want to do. It's a really cool, funny idea. With the organs on The Binding of Isaac, the way Edmund McMillen draws, he's very silly with his animation drawings. You know, they're cartoony, they're not realistic at all, which makes the game so unique. It's so enjoyable to go around and like these hearts, you know, they're shaped like hearts, and they're not shaped like hearts, human hearts, that love hearts essentially. And the bombs look like a TNT bomb, you know. And the organs, like, they don't look like organs to me. They look like chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, and something else, cherry. I don't know. That's what I always see. But what I wanted in my head, I never actually made it official, but I wanted a sort of a realistic set of organs. And this guy messaged me on YouTube with a PDF file of the drawing he's made, the design. And it's exactly that. It's exactly what I wanted. So I'm gonna get back, talk to him, sort out some payment for him to, if he would like to, finish that drawing, because then we can have it. I love it when it does that. I love it when it glitches out and does that. Then we can have our nice organization t-shirt. But I'm not sure, what should we have for a caption for that? The organization caption, we can have get organized. That organization, oh, I don't know what to have, you know, I'm not sure what we could potentially use. So we get a Guardian here. I'm trying to get some health before I ascend down to the next floor. Or sorry, ascend up to the cathedral. But at this point I was like, you know what, that's enough health. That's enough health. I said that's enough health. I said that's enough health. No, we go to the arcade. I went to the wrong side. And then look, another 1 + 1 free. So I went straight to this thing and, oh, it gave me what I wanted here. So I'm getting lag on this. I'm not sure if it's on the game or on the recording. Let me give me a pill and it's pretty fly. So now we get the 3 defensive items, which is awesome. And this is where I gave up. I was like, you know what? I got full health here. I'm just gonna go straight down, straight up to the cathedral. And take our chances with Isaac and see what happens. And so we're not going to go right to the library because there's no point. We've re-rolled all those guys out of there. And there's a super secret room there. These fuckers piss me off so much. I missed that, but whatever. There we go. Alright, so in here we have a nice mystic arcade thing. And it gives us Wheel of Fortune. So I went over here and popped it, and then I got double, which was just my it made my day. And then we get Hierophant, which I was gonna hold on to because I didn't want to waste it, and it just starts popping out soul hearts. So this is where I'm like super happy. Okay, I'm building up a lot of defense for this fight against Isaac, and I think that's a joke. No, there's 2 hearts. We don't need that. The Hierophant, I didn't want to use this. I didn't want to waste all the soul hearts because I could be in a situation where I might die, but I don't know. And we get a bunch of trinkets here. I think maybe because I don't know why that is. Every time I paid in, I would get something. I think maybe when you're on this this floor at the cathedral, it gives you everything. Like it's a positive. I don't know. And there I get the Joker, and I was like, does this take me to the next floor? Like, if I take the Joker, will it take me to the next floor and fight Isaac? Oh, it's Blue Baby? I wasn't sure what it did. So I was apprehensive to use it. So I popped Hierophant over here. I was like, fuck it, let's take these soul hearts. Let's use all these things, get this lovers out the way. I wanted to get rid of all the clutter. And then I decided if I get Devil out of the way there too. Use the Sun. We got another extra soul heart there, so we got 6. I'm really stacked with health and defensive soul hearts here, so it was really a huge thing. And I already swapped my keys for bombs for keys, so I got 98 bombs. And then I was like, okay, Emperor. And what does Emperor do? And at this point, Emperor was could be like the best thing to have. You know, if I fight Isaac and I win, then I use Emperor, go insta spawn into the next boss, you know, without having to go through and fight all the other guys. But I was worried, I wasn't sure if I should, because if I do, then like what if I don't make it and I have to and I waste it or something? I don't know. And so it drops another Mystic Ball, but like we already had this. And then we get our first one on top, and then I reroll, and I get Mithra. Or Mitra, whatever you want to fucking call it. I call it Mithra. Which just made me like super happy. My defensive items at this point were huge. Scapula, Mithra. All I needed now was fucking... that was the point where I made a mistake, but it doesn't matter. I wanted to get the items that I needed. I'm done. I'm out of there. Oh, we use the Joker. Yeah, we do use the Joker here. Do we? We do. And it gives us Spirit of the Night and 25 cents. I really don't need the money. I don't need Spirit of the Night because I'm already Temperance. Transcendence, sorry, I think. And so I decided to go back in, and I think we do pick up the Emperor. Just gotta remember which one it was. 2 hearts, let's use it because we don't care. What's this? It's another Joker, there's no need. Empress is the damage, plus 2, speed plus 1, we don't need that at all. And there's the Emperor, which we're gonna take and we're gonna leave and head off to that lovely, lovely place. And this is funny, so I get Widow here, insta-kill him. I get Greed, I don't care, Greed, fuck off. Don't worry about you. I get another Widow, and I can't one-shot him because I fuck up, but I get a Soul Heart for it. And then I get, guess what? Another Widow. So I was like, come on, you gotta be serious. You gotta give me a bit more fucking challenge to get to Isaac. And then we have the Isaac fight. And at this point, I'm kind of concerned because my damage... I'm just joking. Fucking Mom's Knife, it's easy. I was trying to avoid as best as I could because I wanted to keep all my soul hearts for as long as I could. I think the best thing to do with those homing shots is when he shoots them out is to go toward him. I'm not too sure yet. And we get the kill. So let's kill these guys. And I wasn't sure, I was like, wait, do I win? Is that it? Or is it not gonna let me? But because I had Polaroid, we can go off and go to this lovely area. And so what items do we get? We get Quad Shot, which doesn't really apply to us now. We get Polyphemus, which I guess does apply. I get the Lard, which is extra health. This is slow as well. And we get Wafer 2, which is the damage reduction by half, speed plus 1. So I pick up all these items, pop my Q, which is the Emperor, and then I get to fight Blue Boy. Look at his health go down. He doesn't fucking know what's going on. Barely hit me at all. And he's fucking dead. And those guys are dead too. And that was the best run I've ever fucking had. And I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. We basically completed the game. That is a game completion. It's a run completion. It's not 100%, but that is end game right there. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I apologize again for the way that I wasn't able to do a live commentary over this. I was pretty excited here. I was screaming. I'll see you on tomorrow's episode. Thanks for watching. Get the fuck out of here and get on my level.